there really is nothing easy about doubt. It's not easy to experience. It's not easy to talk about. So I want to begin today with a video. It's from Yentl. It's a clip from the music video. And I choose it because it has to do with a complex, multi-layered doubt, much like doubt you might experience, and I think it can give us a window into what doubt is. To set up the clip, Yentl is singing right after her father's death. And she's praying to God, but also to her father, expressing doubt as to where God is, expressing doubt about the relationship that has been lost, expressing doubt about her step forward. So I offered. What strikes me about this clip is the authenticity, the prayer that's real. This is doubt expressed in prayer, not turned away from, but examined and walked with as a step to moving forward. We'll talk more about that later, but I want to start somewhere else. If you're anything like me, you've experienced sometime in your faith walk someone tell you that you should be ashamed of your doubt. That somehow doubt is the opposite of faith, and that if you doubt, you don't have enough faith. Nothing could be further from the truth. In fact, these assertions puzzle me. As I've been a part of churches and talked with ministers and pastors and church workers, everyone I have been in contact with expresses doubt in one way or another. Doubt should not be shameful. There should be a safe place within the church to doubt and to discuss our doubts. It's even more puzzling to me that there hasn't been, when we come up with this, up to this story every year of Jesus in his Gethsemane moment. One way of reading that moment, where it's been terribly instructive for me over the years, is to see it as a moment of doubt. Come with me for a second. Jesus has just come from the Last Supper. A supper in which he has figured out that one of his best friends is going to betray him. Not only is one of his best friends going to betray him, but the other 11 of his best friends asked the question, is it I? Meaning that they felt they could have done something that would be a betrayal to him. In this moment of pain and doubt, Jesus goes to the garden, taking some of those friends with him, and asks them to be with him, but they fall asleep. But Jesus, still unashamed, goes to that garden, faces the doubt in a very human way. And I think it's because Jesus experiences that doubt, faces that doubt, and expresses that doubt authentically, that he's able to move forward. See, that's the thing about doubt, both in the Gethsemane and in the clip from Yentl that we had today, is that it has an ability to bring an earnest part of ourselves in connection with the divine. After all, if the divine is the divine, our doubts are already known, and our doubts are already embraced. Right. This is the very reason that the church should be a place where we can discuss our doubts, where we can express our doubts, and where we can share those thoughts with one another. Now, it's human tendency when we start to doubt to throw out everything around that doubt. And I don't think that's necessarily a really helpful thing either. After all, we've all had the experience of a teacher a family member, a parent, maybe a Sunday school teacher or a pastor, saying something that we could later become doubts, or in more extreme cases, discovered completely incorrect. That doesn't mean we have to throw out everything that that person or those persons said. What it does mean is it's important to examine that doubt. Look at it. Again, I think that's one thing we can learn both from the clip and the Garden of Gethsemane, is that doubt should be examined. Look at it. It can be a tool for us to move forward. It can tell us what the next steps are. When that doubt is found in a relationship, I think it's particularly challenging. Because that's the kind of doubt that can eat away at us. Is my partner still in love with me? Do my parents respect me? Love me? Has my partner been faithful? Are my children caring about my life now that they have their own? Has God abandoned me? These kind of doubts often it's necessary to find some conclusion to, some fullness of healing in. Because what these doubts are showing us is the place where our relationships are challenged. The places that need attention. The places that we can go and work. We're being called by these doubts to be a part of reconciliation, a part of repair, a part of that relationship. Now, not all doubts need a conclusion. Moving on, I think there are doubts that are really important for us to be our prayers, to be our walking partners along the journey. You see, doubts like, is God anything like I've been taught over these years? Does the divine micromanage my life? Does the status quo work for those it's supposed to work for? Does it work for anyone? Does the church, does society allow the correct voices to be heard, all the voices to be heard, not just the correct voices, all voices to be heard? These kind of doubts are the kind of doubts that we can take along our journey with us and that can spur us on. Theologians for centuries have talked about the importance of doubt as a part of our faith and our faith growth. Particularly Kierkegaard, Soren Kierkegaard, has spent a lot of time talking about the dark night of the soul. For Kierkegaard, that's that time when answers seem elusive, where the divine just can't quite be touched. While that time can be really hard, can be even heartbreaking, Kierkegaard recognizes that there's a time of great growth in this as well. You see, it's at these times that we can rethink whom the divine is. Rethink what our relationship with the divine can be. Rethink what it means to be disciples. If at this moment we actually can't be stagnant, we have to move forward to continue in our faith. Now, Kierkegaard nor I are suggesting we need to go out and run and seek out doubt. I think that's counterproductive as well. What I'm talking about today is the type of doubt that we naturally experience each day. That's the doubt that can be examined, can help us move forward, can be a powerful tool in our journey. In fact, can be a very powerful tool for social justice. You see, if we begin to doubt the status quo, doubt that voices that need to be heard are being heard, it can help us find our way to connection with those along the margins, to connection with those who have been cast out by society. It can help us. It's the type of prayer that we deeply need to be in touch with those. I have another video. This kind of earnest social justice prayer of doubt can be incredibly powerful. It can be the type of thing that can help the world who's in desperate need of it. This kind of prayer of doubt can ask questions about systems that perpetrate violence over and over and over again. This type of doubt can ask questions about systems and thoughts that make a person of a different color, in a different set of clothes, in a neighborhood, a victim of violence.
Mm-hmm.
This is the kind of prayer of doubt we desperately need, and can be a powerful prayer and a powerful piece of our walk and a powerful spiritual business. Yet it's not easy. Come back to it again, there's nothing easy about doubt. But there's good news in that even when we don't recognize it, the divine presence is with us. In our doubt and in our certainty, the divine presence goes with us at all times. Even when we don't know how to pray, Paul put it very well in Romans, better than I ever could. So let me quote from Romans for a moment. Likewise, the Spirit helps us in our time of need. For we do not know how to pray as we ought, but that very Spirit intercedes. It intercedes with sighs too deep for words. To God, even doubt that leads us to silence is prayer.
Mm-hmm.
Our doubt in silence is prayer. So I hope that this church can be a safe place for doubt and for exploring it together. Let us pray. Be with us, O God, as we doubt in easy ways, in hard ways, in fulfilling ways, and in ways that make you seem far away. Lead us to green pastures, beside still waters, where we might find rest in you.